Here we go.
Welcome to Authentic Marriage Diaries, and today it's going to be our last session of or last episode of
The 5 love languages.
yes, it's going to be our last episode for 5 love languages, and I am the head chef over here, and I have my assistant. Just kidding. So I'm going to help her today in making. What are we making?
We're baking a cake.
We are baking a cake. We're not making a cake.
Yes, we're baking a cake. So, guys, this is our final episode of the 5 love languages, and this time we're going to take up a few questions regarding the love languages, and then we'll just close the chapter of 5 love languages. But we'll always be available for talking more about the love languages if you want to get in personal touch.
Yes.
So people, there are 3 simple approaches to discover the primary love language of your spouse as well as you. So the first approach is, how do you most often express love to your spouse? You have to observe that. And how does your spouse most often express his or her love to you? You need to find out the ways. They might be like, do you use affirming words most often, or your spouse, does he most often do acts of service for you?
The second one is, what do you complain about the most often? I think there are some examples that I can take, and that is like, for example, your spouse might say to you, you won't ever touch me if I don't take the initiative. And or maybe if your spouse is going on a business trip, let's say, and he might come back, and then you'll ask, didn't you bring anything for me? So you see, there are 2 examples, but both the examples carry a different love language. So in the first one, if you say only if I take the initiative of touching, then only you'll touch me back. That shows that your love language is physical touch. And if you say you didn't bring anything for me, it means your love language is gifts, right?
Yes.
And I think one more example that is revolving around my head is like when you often say, we didn't go out for a long time. We should go out, and you complain about it. And I think that is showing that your love language is, I think, quality time. Yeah. So when you complain about certain things, or your spouse complain about certain things, they are trying to show their love language. Okay, that's one of the way of finding out what's your love language actually.
The third approach is, what do you request for most often from your spouse? So maybe sometimes you are requesting for time, that you are not paying attention to me. I need more time with you. I need to spend more time with you. Then maybe you are seeking for quality time. Your love language might be quality time. Or what is your spouse requesting of you most often? So maybe your spouse may be saying that you need to help me in some of the works. Can you please take care of this? Can you please help me or assist me with that kind of work? So this shows that your spouse is communicating their love language out of those requests, those small tiny requests that your spouse is making. He or she is actually telling you what his or her love language is.
आई थिंक बहुत सी बार ऐसा हुआ है जब भी हमने लव लैंग्वेज के ऊपर वीडियो बनाई है, बहुत से सिंगल जन ने ये कहा है, ये शिकायत थी कि इसमें हमारे लिए क्या है. And I think most of the single students of ours, also friends of ours, do watch the video, and I think they were saying the same thing again and again in each video. But I think सिंगल जनों के लिए भी 5 लैंग्वेजेस बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है एंड लव लैंग्वेजेस बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है बिकॉज यू नो इट वर्क्स इन एवरी रिलेशनशिप वेदर विद बिटवीन यू एंड योर मॉम or maybe between you and your dad, or maybe between your friends, maybe colleagues if you're working, or maybe
your
siblings also. Everywhere it works, right?
Yes, it does work. And also हम कई बार जब हम बड़े होते हैं तो हम वो बातें याद रखते हैं, जैसे क्योंकि हमारा अभी जब आप वीडियोस देख रहे होंगे तो आप रिकग्नाइज कर पाए होंगे कि आपका लव लैंग्वेज क्या है. बट while you were growing up you didn't know that, and whenever your mother was speaking to you in a different love language, maybe she was performing acts of service but you didn't realize or you didn't really observe it. Now you are being able to observe, तो अब आप शायद better समझ पा रहे होंगे कि yes, all that time my mother was actually loving me. It was just that her love language was different. She was not speaking the same love language as me.
Yeah, it's true actually. कभी कभी हम बचपन में करते मम्मी मेरे से प्यार करती नहीं है,
exactly.
तो ही करती है और उसी को प्यार करती है क्योंकि maybe your love language was physical touch and you didn't get a hug from your mom or your dad, but your mom was loving you in a different way because her love language was different. And it can be different for all of you. So I think one more thing to add on it is like अगर हमें बचपन में अपना love language पहचान में आ जाता है, it doesn't change. ठीक है, it doesn't change throughout our life, and it's the same actually. We do take love languages in different ways, but I think it's the same. अगर मेरा love language touch है when I was growing up, when I was a teenager, it's going to be same even if I am 40, 80 years old. Okay?
Yeah.
So.
But the good thing is that love languages can be learned. So if your
Yeah.
primary love language is physical touch, but your spouse is speaking, or maybe your mother or your friend is speaking some other kind of love language, you can learn that love language and do the same in front of your mom or your friends or your partner, anyone, and they would feel loved.
Yeah.
So this concept is applicable to married couples, to singles as well, to children as well. So
Yeah.
it is applicable to all groups of people.
Yeah. So single out there, do check this out, and please, if you have to, if you're struggling in relationship with you and your mom, between parents, do look on this side of love languages. You'll find something interesting, and your relationship will, work out really, really well. I would say we were reading this book, and while we were reading this book, 5 love languages, we came across one couple, and they were sharing their story that उनकी शादी के 30 साल हो गए थे, और 30 साल बहुत बड़ी बात होती है. मे बी आप लोग जो कुछ लोग वीडियोस देख रहे हैं, आप में से बहुत से जन ऐसे होंगे कि आपके शादी के 20 साल हो चुके होंगे, मे बी 15 साल हो चुके होंगे, मे बी आपके बच्चे होंगे, and maybe your kids might be watching this video, but क्या पता आपकी मैरिज वर्कआउट नहीं कर रही होगी. and I think we need to answer this question: is it too late? Is it too late for you to apply this love languages in your marriage? And my personal answer would be no, it's not too late. अगर आपकी शादी के चाहे 5 साल हुए हैं, चाहे 10 साल हुए हैं, it's never too late. And I would just like to share this experience. जो ये जिनके 30 साल हो गए थे शादी में, I'm sorry about that. जिसके 30 साल हो गए थे शादी में, I think वो कह रहे थे कि हम 20 साल से हम कहीं गए नहीं थे बाहर. We didn't go together anywhere or on a date. So they were under the same roof, and they were like good roommates. They were doing their jobs, but I think their marriage wasn't working out. और 30 साल बहुत बड़ा होता है। अगर हम किसी मैच्योर इंसान को देखते हैं जो बहुत बड़ा है और जिसके इतने साल शादी के हो गए, हम सोचते हैं कि शादी तो बहुत अच्छी काम कर रही होगी, बट it wasn't the same case. And then somebody handed over them this book that is called
The 5 Love Languages.
5 Love Languages. And you know, the interesting thing was the husband read the book and then passed it on to, and the husband read the book till 3 o'clock in the morning. Okay, and then he passed it on to his wife, and then she ended up reading this book. And when both of them read the book, they came to a conclusion that if this book was given to us
30 years ago,
30 years ago,
that would have made a big difference in the marriage.
yes. So I think, and then they said that after 2 months, after reading the book, after 2 months, the marriage was coming together again.
Yeah.
They were able to work in their marriage. So I think, yeah, do you want to add something more to this?
Yes, the point that it's never too late to fix your marriage. अभी जैसे हम देखते हैं कि पुराने ज़माने में शायद हमारे मम्मी पापा को भी ये कॉन्सेप्ट नहीं पता होगा द 5 लव लैंग्वेजेस का। ये तो हमने ये बुक पढ़ी है, वी शेयर्ड इट विद आवर पेरेंट्स एंड वी वर शेयरिंग द कॉन्सेप्ट एंड इट वाज रियली एनलाइटनिंग फॉर देम एज वेल। क्योंकि उस समय पे ऐसा होता ही नहीं था, शायद किसी को उतना पता नहीं था, या पता भी होता था तो शायद हमारे मम्मी पापा या हमारे नोन लोग वहाँ तक पहुँच ही नहीं पाते थे। सो गुड थिंग राइट नाउ इज़ दैट आप जब भी इसके बारे में सुन लेते हैं तब अप्लाई करना सही है। इट्स गुड टू स्टार्ट अगेन एंड इट्स नेवर टू लेट बिकॉज relationships are precious. I would say they're precious, they're sensitive, and the amount of effort you put into your relationship, the more it flourishes.
Yeah, and many of the couples do think जिनकी मैरिज के साल बहुत ज्यादा साल हो गए कि चलते रहने दो यार, क्या फर्क पड़ता है।
Yeah,
फर्क पड़ता है, आपके बच्चों में फर्क पड़ेगा।
exactly.
जब आपके बच्चों की शादी होगी, वो सेम चीज जो आप लेके चल रहे हैं, अगर आपके हस्बैंड अच्छी तरह ट्रीट नहीं कर रहा है, या फिर आपकी जो आपकी वाइफ है वो ढंग से ट्रीट नहीं कर रही है, घर पे सही से नहीं रह रहे, आई थिंक इफ योर मैरिज इज फॉलिंग, देन आपके बच्चों की शादी भी ऐसी होगी, सेम टू सेम।
Yeah.
So it is important to work on your marriage, even if it is 30 years of your marriage, or maybe आपके 15 साल हो गए, 20 साल हो गए, it's important to work on your marriage.
Yes,
है ना?
that's right.
Yeah. So yeah, I think I hope we did answer that question, and maybe if you wanna add something more to that, you're
Yes.
most welcome. Yeah.
Yes.